Fusarium poem, as you can see here, doesn't carry the 316 gene, which is light. So therefore, we must be very careful in evaluating these species. It was considered T2 producing species since it was very closely related morphologically to Fusarium laxentia. So maybe we should now re-evaluate this species as non-T2 and H2 producing species, but only as Nivalenol producing species. And this is important because Fusarium poem is one of the most spread species in Europe, colonizes different environmental niches, so it is important, absolutely important, to well assess this in order to have a correct risk assessment of the Fusarium ecology. Further species which can occur in Europe are Acuminatum, Avenacum, Poetrichinum, which produce bovelicin, Eniatis, and Monoformin. As Gordon showed, bovelicin and Eniatis can cause apoptosis and can be toxic on number of cell lines. And Monoformin has also some toxic activity being related to, associated to Kashin-Beck disease in China and Korea, and it seems also Europe disease in Russia. Then there are some reports on fumonisin. Fumonisin is a carcinogenic compound. I will stop here to talk about this, and I will tell you in a few moments where it's been seen. So, summarizing what we are talking, we can say that Fusarium, the two producing species are mostly occurring on northern Europe and northern Russia, with Fusarium laxentia, Fusarium sporatochionis. But we can also have Fusarium avenacum, Fusarium poe, often colonizing northern Europe. We have Fusarium laminarum sensu stricto, which is the main species all over Europe, but Fusarium, which is also very frequent in northern Europe. In south, we can have some reports now talk about Croatia and Serbia as Proliferatum verticillarius as main producing species, together with Graminearum. While in Italy, we can have Graminearum pulmorum, and in the southern regions, also we can find Laxentia and Sporatochionis. This, in terms of mycotoxins, means that we have several reports about fumonisin in the Balkanic area, in Serbia, in Croatia, Slovenia. Deoxynivalenol and zeralenol, which are predominant in Central Europe. Eniatins and T2 and H2, which are often reported in Northern Europe. In England, both T2 and H2 and deoxynivalenol and zeralenol are reported. In Spain, there are many reports also of cyclohexidectide together with deoxynivalenol and zeralenol. But what is interesting to notice is also that you have producing T2 and H2 producing species which were thought to be only related to meteorological condition of cold temperature in northern, while we can find also in southern Italy. And in England, but England also has cold temperature, so is quite understandable. It's interesting to notice that while deoxynivalenol, well, I want to go on this. While T2 and H2 are considered more contaminant of northern wind, in Italy the situation is different. So you can find some T2 and H2 more central and southern Italy where the conditions are hot, while there is no very low level in northern. And this work done by our colleague Pascal together with Lippolis from our institute has also shown that there is a negative correlation between dominant T2 and H2 content in durum wheat. Well, prevailing DOM is usually load the T2 and vice versa. Now, going to the conclusions. We can say that the Fusarium complex is composed in Europe essentially by Fusarium sensu stricto, with important exception of Fusarium usurianum in northern Europe and in Russia, northern area of Russia. The prevailing chemotype in Europe is largely 15 acetyldone. However, the occurrence of only 3 acetyldone in Fusarium usurianum can be reason of concern in terms of mostly resistant problem, because different metabolite can also mean a different aggressiveness capability of the fungi. Fusarium poi must be considered not a T2 and H2 prolific species. The highest risk for wheat is related to the contamination by the oxynalone in the whole Europe. However, the contamination by T2 and H2 toxins in both northern and southern Europe should not be evaluated. A global evaluation of the occurrence of minor mycotoxins produced by Fusarium species, such as cyclohexidepsipeptide and monouniformine, should be taken into account to study possible additive effects of regulated toxins with the unregulated ones. And if fumonisin can be a serious problem on wheat, is still to be well assessed, but several reports from wheat in the former Yugoslavia region seems to go in this direction. Another important point is how global climatic change can affect the profile of the different species at the different geographical areas, and this must be constantly monitored. And it's very interesting how species like poi or the Laxatia can colonize wheat and really different environmental, geographical climatic areas. And I thank you for your attention, mentioning the team in which I'm working, led by Antonio Greco, with Giuseppe Moretti Antonio Current, and with the very efficient technician Vincenzo Ricci and Gaetano Stea. And this is the team that works on Fusarium toxigenic fungi at ISPA. And thank you very much for the attention.
Okay, thank you very much, Antonio, for the talk.